This is the End Zone, and we have huge college football news regarding the college football season, when it's going to start, and the college football offseason. This comes to you courtesy of Yahoo Sports. Now let's get right into it. Coaches can start working with players on July 13th. Now, if you have a week 0 team, if you're a fan of a week 0 team or week 0 matchup like Notre Dame and Navy, then those teams can actually start a week earlier for all of these dates. But the players would be allowed to start watching film, practicing and strength and conditioning programs, doing workouts, and getting into season shape for 8 hours per week. Now, on July 24th, that all ends, and teams are then allowed to move on to walkthroughs and using actual footballs in practice, much like your normal NFL OTAs. Now, the 8 hours per week, that's not enough, so they say that you can move up to 20 hours per week on this date, again, a week earlier if you're a week 0 team. And then finally, on August 7th, training camps would begin for all of the college football teams. Now, this is still a proposition that the NCAA has to accept and pass and vote on, but it's likely that they're going to vote in favor for this and that they're going to pass. Now, let me say this about the college football season. This college football season is going to be very different from any college football season you've probably ever watched before. Now, in college football, it is very, very important to have seasoned players, to have those veterans. And teams who are young have a weakness. Teams this year who are young will have an even bigger weakness because they didn't really get those spring practices. They didn't really get to practice, and this is just an unconventional year. Teams that are bringing in quarterbacks from other programs, they're going to struggle because they have to learn a whole new system, and they didn't really get that complete offseason. I know that they're going to get somewhat of an offseason, but this is very different for a lot of players, for a lot of coaches, and for a lot of teams. Expect to see a step back for some of these younger programs in college football that technically wouldn't see as much of a step back. I'm talking about teams like Oregon with a quarterback. Any team that really is trying to find their quarterback, not just Oregon, is going to probably have a hard time this year just because of the circumstances that we are seeing with college football. I'd love to know what you think about college football this year. Who's your favorite team? Tell me which 4 teams are going to get into the college football playoffs. I'll get some content out pretty soon about the college football playoffs. I'd love to know what you think. Thanks for watching the End Zone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.